Hi, babies. Mwah. So today is going to be set up a little differently. It's going to be story time, but then I'm going to try to give a lesson. Trigger warning, this does have physical abuse in the story. When I was in high school, I had this little boyfriend, and it was the first boyfriend I have ever brought home. And my stepfather and I used to play water fight a lot. Like it was the thing where like he would just randomly like splash a cup of water at me. Um, so he thought it would be funny to embarrass me in front of this little boyfriend, and so he walked past me in the kitchen and splashed a full cup of water on me. But he didn't know I had a cup of water at the table, so I splashed him back. So one thing about abusers, they don't like being embarrassed, especially if their intent was to embarrass you. Next thing I knew, I was being dragged, I'd say probably 15 feet to the sink by my hair, and my face being placed in the dishwater that I had filled up the sink with. Which, as you can imagine, made the little 15-year-old boy that was sitting there be like, because he had never witnessed anything like that. But more often than not, that was like Tuesday for me. So he releases my hair. I'm furious, embarrassed, obviously physically in pain. I tell my boyfriend, let's go. We leave the house. I'm like devastated and running around the neighborhood, avoiding going home. I came from a very strict household. There was no just like leaving and walking around the neighborhood for hours at a time. So not being home all of that time triggered me to get in trouble. And I remember when my mom found me, she pulled up in her car next to me and my boyfriend while we were walking. And she was like, get in, now you're in trouble. My stepdad took that boy home that day. And then after that, that boy broke up with me. I don't know what he said to him, but that's not what this story's about. While he was gone dropping off the boy, my mother then started to lecture me about how she had finally gotten through to my stepfather, and she explained to him that what he did was awful and he was all set to apologize to me. And then I went and did this being not coming home and walking around the neighborhood. So now I'm not getting my apology and I ruined it for myself. I tell this story often to give the example that physical abuse is never just physical abuse, it's always mental also.